we're gonna take off the coil pack, move all this over, and then right behind here where this hose is actually hooked up to, that's where we're gonna run that new coolant reroute. And then that will replace this right here, which we'll also be taking off today. So that will be pretty nice. Yeah, should be fine. I'm excited about it. Cool gloves, huh? Coolant reroute today, or Q-Mat. Do a little unboxing today. Pretty sweet. Of course, every car part you get stickers. And then of course they give you all the necessities, positive. And then of course they give you some silicone gasket, which is very excited about this. Like a more flush one. The other one has, so this right here. This is where you put your fan sensor. Nice. And this is what actually holds the thermostat in place. Here. I always just get so nervous about doing it. The factory jacking points, but that could be incorrect. That's what I was doing before. I found out that's not very good for the car, for the body of the car, the frame of the car. Yep, getting everywhere. Looks good though. I was able to get the front water neck, the top taken off, and then I was able to sand down old gasket that was on there on this piece right here. So this should be ready to go for the block off plate. It should go right here as such. And then the fan switch goes in right here, and I'll plug that auxiliary port. And this is where this can kind of come into play. Is you could take off the whole water neck, and then this would just go up right on the block, actually, kind of like that. But I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna be fine. It literally has no advantages or disadvantages to using either one. It's just the look. So down there, right in this area, right here, is where that other housing is. So now I get to go back there with some sandpaper. I've been using the 120 grit, and I'm just gonna sand it, try to get all that old gasket off, and that way we can get a good seal. It's kind of clean here. We'll get it more on here. I'm gonna stick this. It says this should be torqued down to 8 foot-pounds. So we only have to use modest torque, is what it says. A little bit of crank down. So we got like 90% of it put together. I just did a test fit too to see how hard it was going to be to get on there, because I have to apply sealant to this, but it shouldn't be too bad. It should be pretty easy. So yeah, I'm just gonna put some sealant onto here. Glad I got little hands, but holy shit, it's tough. Everything hooked back up back here, so everything's in there. It's got sealant all on it. Should be good, I'm hoping. And obviously if something's not sealed up all the way, it's gonna leak, so we'll see what happens when I start it up. But from what I understand, everything should be fine. So now I just gotta route this line. I think I'll probably just get a new one. This guy is gonna go back here, and then we'll be routed to up here. So that's basically what we're looking at for that. That should be pretty simple. It's kind of tough to see from this side. All right, so after some test fitting, finally able to get some sort of contraption worked out. So now I'm just doing all the fasteners here to make sure that there's no leaks in between these spacers and these two hoses. This cover plate put on, which is good. Got the sensor put back in, which is good. Let's hope for the best. It's kind of tough. Hopefully. Give her a fucking one of these, you know. Nah, just. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I guess we'll just let it run and hopefully we'll just pay attention to the temperatures and kind of see how it goes. Really stoked about this. It's getting really warm per the usual, should be fine. Still haven't noticed any leaking yet. Our temperature is climbing. That funnel is amazing. This thing's pretty cool. You can put a stopper in it after you're done to keep the air out, which is awesome. Oh, and drop it and break it. So yeah, I would say that is a successful coolant reroute in the Miata. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna first take off all the wheels. Like I said, I'm gonna work on those. I'm also gonna work on this. I don't know if we've talked about this before, but I'm gonna work on this crack right here. Yeah, not great. I welded the top part of it, but I'm gonna weld this piece too here pretty soon. You can see I already got it mostly worn down to bare metal, so I can get a nice piece of steel in there, but I think it'll be fine.